I read old messages of my boyfriends and I can't look at him the same. I feel awful. My boyfriend and I are both 21, have been dating for 2 years and living together for 1.5. He never flirts with me really, never compliments me. It's hard to hold convos because he never seems interested. Anyway, I was using his old phone for work. He gave it to me, and came across some old messages with former flings and girlfriends. I know it was wrong, but I read them. Some were like right around the time we met. In these messages he was super smooth, complimenting the girls, being cute, etc. He even talked about stuff like them making out in a movie theater. And while I know that may seem like a silly thing, he's not very affectionate in public with me. I tried to make out with him once in a theater and he was more focused on the movie. I feel like my heart's just been shattered, my self-esteem crushed. He rarely compliments me or tells me I look good, but he showered these other girls with compliments. He noticed little things and complimented them. He told them he liked their laugh, or their eyes, or that they looked beautiful. He's at work now and I just don't even feel attracted to him anymore. I just wanna cry. I know he's with me, but I've talked to him about wanting to flirt before and he'd say he just doesn't know how or he's not good at it. But now I know he's really good at it, just not with me. I don't know what to do or think. The old messages aren't even the problem. You wrote that it's hard to hold a conversation because he doesn't seem interested. And he isn't. Sometimes the answer is that he's just not that into you. You're going around looking for things that will hurt your feelings instead of just accepting he's not making you happy, and that's a good enough reason to break up. There are plenty of people who will continue a relationship, putting in the tiniest bit of effort just so their partner doesn't leave. But they're not actually invested. He probably just likes having someone around, and you just happen to be the person who decided to stay with him. My husband is a guy who doesn't have flirting come easy to him. He's not a super affectionate person by nature, but he knows I am. So he tries. He takes note of what I like and need, and he actively works to give that to me because he deeply cares about me. The same cannot be said about your boyfriend. I know he's with me, but I've talked to him about wanting to flirt before and he'd say he just doesn't know how or he's not good at it. Being with someone is the bare minimum. Just because he's with you doesn't mean he doesn't need to show you affection, etc. I know people say that a lot to be reassuring, but simply because they're with you doesn't mean much. If you're not getting your needs met or the relationship is making you insecure, you can be with someone and neglect them. Relationships, so simply being with someone doesn't mean a damn thing if things aren't going right. Also, there's no reason to say you're not good at it or you don't know how. That's simply making an excuse not to do it. He could simply say I'll work on it, etc. I'm so sorry to all the people in the comments being like flirting is a means to an end. Flirting only happens when you want sex. My husband doesn't flirt with me and I'm fine with it. Lack of flirting, somehow, shows commitment. Quote, my wife and I have been together for 8 years, married for 5, and we still flirt with each other all the time. It's important to me that she feels like she's sexy, that she's attractive to me, that I would still want her even if we weren't married, etc. Saying little things, little subtle glances or touches as we pass each other, making cute comments. Those are all part of what keeps it working for us. We don't let each other go long without reminding the other how attracted we are to each other. I'm sorry to the people that either don't feel like they need that in their relationship or are reasoning away why it's important because they don't have it. But clearly it's important for you. And I think it would be good for you to find someone who wants to make you feel special and important at any given moment, because they want to, and not out of some obligation. It isn't worth the agony of wondering if he'll ever just start being better for you. It's more likely he hopes you'll just move on from it and let him do what works for him. completely disregarding your emotions. Move on from the man instead. It's hard to hold convos because he never seems interested.
This is a way bigger issue than the flirting or what you found in his phone.
If you can't get him to do the bare minimum of paying attention when you talk, I don't understand why you are in a relationship in the first place. When people tell you something,
believe them.
He has point blank told you he can't give you what you want and need in a relationship. Where is the confusion? There's no item here. Leave him. Holy shit, dude. Even before knowing this about him, you deserve better. You seem like you value that kind of emotional sensitivity and communication. He's just not delivering. Is there any discernible reason for his difference in how he treats you? Maybe he went through something that spooked him from treating you like that?
No offense, but you settled. If you can't even have a conversation with him, you settled.
I'm trying to sort out a very similar situation myself. It's tough to realize your significant other has a completely different personality with others that they have with you. After noticing it and paying attention, it has been crazy to see just how different she really is. I've struggled with why. Is it just me? Does she have to have the attention she gets acting that way? Will she never be satisfied or happy with what I bring to the table? My suggestion is to walk away. The damage to the image of both him and the relationship is already done. Those thoughts will never go away. They will only increase and be seen way more readily now. Trust me, don't sacrifice your own self and happiness waiting on him to change. It won't happen. Sometimes we just don't get the best version of the person we are with. So go find a better version. Some guys date women who they're meh about or even hate because it's convenient and comfortable. You will probably never get a proposal from this guy. He may even start being neglectful and aggressive in hopes that you'll get fed up and end things. Some people are just less affectionate than others, which is okay, but you've seen how he operates with women who he actually loves. Other guys will love you. You are missing out on either being with a guy who loves you more than life itself or leveling up your life as a single person. It's either that or he feels like you're trapped with him, so he no longer feels the need to put effort into the relationship. That's equally shitty. If you've communicated that to UBF and there is no change, it's time to just end the relationship. I'm sorry, you have to go through a whole bunch of responses of people telling you to leave your boyfriend, who you possibly love, but with any luck, this barrier of him not giving you what you need in a relationship has maybe prevented that. You didn't mention love in your post either way. Still not easy. I'm not here to add to the pile or give you any advice really. I just want to say sorry that you've found yourself in this position. I am sure that everything will end up great for you. You're a smart cookie and you know what you want, and ask for it, which is more than most of us do. Either you and your current BF work on things and the situation improves, or you move on and find someone amazing. But at the moment it probably sucks and I'm sorry you're in it now and it's causing you pain. Hugs. It sounds like your love language, or something you really desire and need in a relationship, is words of affirmation. You're asking for the bare minimum, just for him to tell you that you look good once in a while. I have been in a similar relationship, where I was always the one showing affection and complimenting him and bringing him up. And I finally realized how much it brought me down. My advice to you is this: you can't force someone to tell you how lovely you are. I've tried. I've communicated and asked. And at the end of the day we simply were not compatible. If this is the only issue in your relationship, maybe it's worth continuing to fight. But if he's being neglectful in general, I'd leave. You deserve someone that makes you feel wanted. Good luck up. Here's the thing. No, dudes don't hate me for this, but almost 75% of dudes will tell the girl what they want to hear so they can get with them. Now, here's the downfall. Once they get what they wanted and find out it wasn't that good, they become disinterested or spacious. Very straightforward question. Why is he with you? And what is the emotional balance? Are you the one doing all the relationship work? I've been in a few relationships where I feel like they were with me because it was easy, and I don't mean that in a sexual way. I am low maintenance, but that doesn't mean that I'm no maintenance, which is what the guys would slowly regress to. And if I asked for romance or just wanting to feel like I was more than a useful accessory to their life, like how you would treat a watch, I would get the same responses. That's just not who I am. I finally realized that I can stand up for myself and expect to get what I need out of a relationship.
Not just be the easy choice for someone who doesn't want to put forth effort in a relationship.
I had to move on twice because of that. Surprised both guys when I finally got tired of being told this is who I am. Take it or not. And I chose not, so I could be with someone who valued me as more than just a useful addition to their life. You deserve to feel valued and appreciated in a relationship. I was with someone who didn't show interest in my conversations. I was with him for 4 years. It started out good, as maybe it did for you. And then he started losing interest, but I'll tell you what the worst mistake was. Instead of me walking away, I tried to change myself to be more of what he found interesting. I talked about things he liked. I only listened to music he liked. I only ate what he liked. I decorated our house with furniture and art that he liked. Soon I lost something much more important than what he ever promised he could be for me. I lost myself. I think the deal breaker came when he demanded I change my hair, lose weight in my stomach but gain muscle in my ass, and get a nose ring. But looking back at the relationship, I don't hate him for trying to make me change into something he wanted. I realized I was to blame because I decided to change myself to fit his narrative. I really hope you do not do that. You are young, a few years younger than when my ex and I met. I know it's hard to leave someone you love, but I highly suggest you do it before you lose yourself trying to be something you think he wants. Because I can promise you that will only bring you pain and you still have your whole life ahead of you. I just had this same sort of issue. You have to put your foot down and explain how it's making you feel, and if he still doesn't get it, or show or want to change, then you're gone. Make it very clear that this is a deal breaker for you. You say you've talked to him before about it. Were you firm in telling him what you wanted? He could very well believe he isn't good at flirting.
Oh, mean he flirted with them but not you, and he's in a relationship with you.
He could be interpreting that in the way he crashed and burned cause of his effort in flirting. The truth is he seems a little lazy and figures if he can keep you without the effort, then that's okay. 2. You need to sit him down and explain your love language with him, and maybe you will find out you two just aren't compatible. I'm sorry, I've had this experience before as well. Did he flirt with you a lot when you first got together? Or was it always like this? I knew my husband loved me when I told him something upset me and he rectified it. Not because he had to, but because what I was asking was reasonable and he could. He is still like that, and it still makes me feel loved. You've told your boyfriend what you need and he's made a lame excuse. That's not love. You're not asking for anything crazy at all. Aim higher. This guy isn't it.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.